this I found interesting too. So Jon Jones, he never left USADA's testing pool, right? I guess everyone thought once he was suspended, he was out.
No.
But he says he never left it. And check this out. It says in 2017, USADA has tested him 9 times. And then just recently, the USADA website got updated. He only's been tested once in 2018, and it's already August.
What?
Skeptical, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Again, I tell you guys this all the time. If you think USADA's organization is the end-all, be-all, and is the goody two-shoes of the world when it comes to drug testing, you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
A man who's been notoriously known for failing drug tests gets tested once.
And I think they only showed that after people kept asking about it. I think media kept asking about it if he was getting tested. Then they updated the site and showed
They're like,
he was tested once.
update it. Yeah. It's tough. Again, all right. I've always been skeptical of USADA. Always. Do you have the Brock Lesnar on this, the before and afters right now?
I have it in there. Yeah,
Perfect.
I'll show you in a bit.
All right, keep going.
But just to contrast this, so this is Daniel Cormier's testing. So according to USADA, for 2018, he got tested 11 times. Crazy, right? 13 times in 2017.
Does anyone not have skeptical hippo eyes? Of course,
skeptical.
DC's gonna pass the test. Of course, they have to test the athletes. Of course, they have to test certain guys. Does no one find it kind of sketchy that the guy who we know for 100% is going to pass the test gets tested more than the guy who is known for failing tests? And I'm not even a conspiracy theory guy. I've got a little bit in the JFK stuff. Really not my thing. Does no one think this is fucking strange? How crazy is that?
It's very crazy.
Or how Holly Holm is tested all the time.
Yeah.
Again, they have to check boxes. We know for a fact DC, Holly Holm are never going to fail a test. So if you test them relentlessly, and we can go on your site and go, well, fuck, look, they're doing their job. But then when you look at people who are skeptical and they're not getting tested, do you not think anything's up here? Again, I really don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm just saying it's very obvious. Be less obvious, USADA. If you're going to be in on the gig, wink, wink, if you be in on the gig, at least make it a little less obvious. At least test John 4 times. I mean, can you do that over a year period? Could you go there 4 times? You're there testing anyways in Albuquerque. Can you test him there? Is that too much to ask for? Is that not strange to you?
It is so incredibly strange, but I don't know if there's like a weird thing where if there's no, because he's still suspended. They're testing him, so I was gonna say if he was suspended,
they suspended
test,
fucking
or
Nick
not
Diaz
active.
for life when he was suspended, right?
Yeah. It's super strange
because he wouldn't give up his location.
How much did you know about Anthony Smith when you were offered him?
So if I remember, I saw one of his fights before, but then the very first fight, I knew really who he was, and I was looking, was the one in Chicago. He fought my teammate, Schaub. And I mean, definitely that was a disappointment for me because Rashad is a good friend of mine, and always rooting for him. And then Anthony was the one fighting for me when I wasn't able to make it to Hamburg. So he stole Shogun out of me,
Yes.
But then he also make a great fight, So two first round finish to no time style, And then he caught my attention, and I was like, "Who's that guy?" And then next thing I know, UFC proposed me after my nose was broke, and there is the Gus story. Gus got injured and everything. UFC, the next fight they proposed me was Anthony right away. And I mean, Anthony's has generated quite a buzz, right now, and he has a lot of hype behind him. So definitely, it's a fight really interesting. Plus, it's a good matchup. It's going to be an explosive match. We both have this style, of knocking people heads off, and we're both special fighter, and it's definitely going to be a great matchup, and I think the fans will really, really love that fight.
So I see some people say like, "Oh, he's beating older guys, so his wins aren't all that impressive."
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. First of all, I don't really believe like this. I don't really believe about being older guy. Definitely, you can maybe argue about, past of their prime, or, like the best moment of their life, the best years of their life. But these were two former champions that have been accomplishing so much in the sport. And, age is like, look at Romero, look at DC. DC is like #1 pound for pound right now. It's going to be 40 years old, So it's all about, man, there's so much stuff that goes into mind. And I don't think the age is a number, but definitely I am in the beginning of my career, This is something I can really tell you, guys. I am in the beginning of my career, and I'm going to have the best years of my life ahead of me. And this is something that's going to be different for Anthony.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be what's going to cause him so much trouble. So he doesn't even know what's going to arrive to him.
But you're ready to fight anybody they put in front of you.
Absolutely.
And Anthony, this is now Volkan. He kicked a lot of ass, man. Like with Jimmy Manoa and several other guys, where he's a badass. But then he fought DC, and just styles make fights. So the way DC fought him, and he utilized his grappling, and he smoked him. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where people have short memories. You are fighting a very, very dangerous guy
Coming off a loss.
with one of the worst nicknames ever. I'm not listen. I love Lionheart. That's something that I'm an old school guy. It reminds me of something that it reminds me of both like Braveheart. It reminds me of some Van Damme movie. But No Time is just, I don't want to be a dick, but fuck that shit.
Not
man.
a great.
Anthony, you got to win just because of that nickname.
Yeah, that's my nickname in bed.
Bad.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah, so you're fighting a guy because here's the thing. Let's just say you beat Volkan Oezdemir, and I do think you can beat Volkan Oezdemir. Gustafsson is hurt, and people hate the way I say his name is Gustafsson, but it's fun to say that way. DC is not fighting light heavyweight until he fights Brock. There's no way he's doing a light heavyweight. So let's just say you win this fight. Do you think that there's some type of an interim belt fight set up between you and Gustafsson?
I would imagine so. Here's the deal. I don't worry about everybody else too much, but if I go in there and I do what I think that I'm going to do, and I finish Volkan, and I do it devastatingly like I think I'm going to, I don't even, DC, even when we ran into each other in LA, he made it a point to mention that, I'm like one of the only guys that hasn't called him out because I think it's a waste of time. I don't want to challenge DC to a fight. I don't want to challenge DC to anything other than doing the right thing. And I've said this before, the game was good to DC, and no one held up his journey. So when I go in there and I do what I do, I don't really care who has the title. I don't care if it's vacant. I don't care if DC has it. I think it's his responsibility to sign on the line and give me my opportunity or get out of my way.
But you're right, but there is a reality to guys being a little bit more vocal really does garner interest, and the powers that be do kind of notice if there's an interest in somebody. Like, look at how fast Darren Till has kind of jumped up over everybody.
Very true, very true. But I don't want to waste my shot. When I take it, I want it to mean something. Sure. And like you said, I don't think that DC's ever coming back.
Agree.
So I don't want to challenge him to a fight because that's a waste of time. I want to fight whoever has the title that's willing to want to fight for it. So I don't know if it'll be an interim title or if maybe that'll be the time that DC decides, all right, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm not going to hold up these guys any longer, and I'm going to vacate the title, and whoever me and whoever else can fight for it.